I will tell you going in, this section has a lot in it, a lot. So I'm going to kind of go over it piece by piece, and whether we finish today or not, that'll remain to be seen. There's just a whole lot in it. It says exponential growth and decay, but it picks up differential equations, it picks up half-life, it picks up a lot. So we're just going to take it one step at a time, try to make sure you're okay with the example, and then we'll move to the next piece. All right? As I said to Harrison, even if I finish, it is not due tomorrow. All right? We're good? The first thing is to make sure that you understand separation of variables, which basically is what we just did. I would like to do a hard one, an extremely hard one. But I'm not going to start with a hard one. You know separation of variables. That's what we did on the worksheet, right?
Yeah.
Boys. Good. dy. I'll start with a simpler one. I want to walk through this kind of slow, okay? Y plus 5 times x plus 2. Y plus 5 times x plus 2. You are given that y is 1 and x is 0. This is just a differential equation, which is what we just did. What am I going to do first? Because y is with dy is x with dx, right? So I have dy over y plus 5 equals dx, x plus 2 dx, correct? All right, what now? Take the antiderivative. Do you know what the antiderivative of this is? Do I need to do u du? You're not sure.
I really don't know.
You're not sure. If I'm not sure, I usually do it. Okay? So is u equal to y plus 1? Y plus 5. What is du?
Y.
1 dy. Right? Do I have 1 dy? So basically, here I have du over u, right? Equals, can I do the antiderivative of this? What is it? Do I need to do a u? It's only something,
X squared
only
over
an
2
x,
plus 2x.
x squared over 2 plus 2x. Thank you.
What? How do we change from x, y to x?
Oh, she did the other side.
I did the other side.
Oh.
Okay.
What's the antiderivative of this?
That's what we were getting to.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. What is the
Negative.
antiderivative of that? ln of u, which is ln of y plus 5.
So we could have done that without.
We could have.
Ah.
All right? So are we here? We okay with that?
Yeah, no.
If that goes on my floor,
I'll back you.
was y.
One.
So do I have ln of 6 equals c? Right? So ln of y plus 5 equals x squared over 2 plus 2x plus ln of 6.
Also, we cancel the LNs out.
No, because the whole thing is not ln. How am I going to solve for y?
Right? Is that a thing? Either X is opposite LN, log, or log opposite.
How are we going to solve this?
Change ln to the log base e.
I sure can.
That's what you were trying to say, right?
Yeah, you were good.
And then do it to x.
So I have y plus 5 equals e all of this.
What?
Yeah. Sure thing. Hey, e to the x for.
Right?
Yeah. That was close.
Are you there? I know, you're writing it down. You good with that? Now,
Really?
Now we got
well, this is e. E to this power equals this. That's a rule.
it's right into that rule, so that's why.
Okay, okay. Now, I have right here, this is y plus 5 equals, because there's a plus in between. Remember when we're multiplying, we add exponents? So this is the same thing as e to the x squared over 2 times e to the 2x times e to the ln of 6.
Yeah.
You good?
Why do we, why? You're probably right.
This, since that is 6, since this e is the same as this base e, this is 6.
Why is it 6? I mean, I said the right answer.
This is the base e, this is base e. When the two bases are the same, it's just the number. So you okay right here? So, is y plus 5 equal to 6e to the x squared over 2 plus 2x? I put that back together.
That's dope.
Is that all right?
Let me just minus 5.
And minus 5. So y equals 6e to the x squared over 2 plus 2x, the whole thing minus 5.
Wow.
And that was a really hard one.
That was
No.
extremely hard. Oh, no. That was the easiest.
That's right.
No.
Okay.
Okay, now that you kind of remember,
Sorry. If we don't change like the e to the ln of 6 to 6, will we be counted off?
yes. Can we do another one?
Yeah.
And I say this next one's harder. It may not be because now you kind of remember some of the rules. I told you there was a lot here, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was too easy. I got harder.
Okay. So since you need this, don't be talking in the middle.
You're signing.
You're failing. No, I'm making class fun.
We're good. We're all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was traveling. That is all me. Okay, let's go.
All right, here's my problem. What is my rule?
Get the things on the same
X
side.
with dx, y with dy. If you notice in the problem, I've got a y with an x in the same exponent. So I've got to use the rules that I know, and I've got to say that dy over dx is equal to the cosine of x times e to the y times e to the sine of x. Right? Now I can separate it, can't I?
Yeah.
So dy over e to the y equals cosine of x times e to the sine x
Yes.
dx.
Yeah.
Agree? All I need to do now is take the antiderivative, correct? Let's go to the left side and just work it. Do you remember what the derivative of e to the x is?
Oh, it's E to X.
Yes.
E to the x, right?
So it's just E to the Y.
So basically, what I have here is this, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that what I have?
Oh, because it's E to the derivative. Wait.
Is it e to the y on bottom? Can I move it to the top and put it e to the negative y?
Wait, I thought, wasn't the derivative, wasn't it like E to the U, du?
Yes.
So it's just no.
But remember, I'm going backwards. I'm not taking the derivative.
Yeah, so, okay, so if it was like, if it was E to the 2y, would that be like 2e to the 2y?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, I got you.
Would I feel better doing a u?
Probably.
Y'all are kind of frowning at me with this one. Would I feel better with a u?
Wait, on this next, on the right side?
I'm only working left.
Oh, I thought we already did it. We already found it.
No, we haven't.
Oh, now we have to find derivative.
Is
No, let's
u
do it.
equal to negative y? So du is what?
Next one.
dy. Right?
E
So do I need a negative?
negative E to the U.
Equals.
So would this be negative e to the negative y? Would that be the antiderivative?
No. Wait.
If you're crushing it, take what's the derivative of this?
Oh, okay.
E to the negative y? Right? Check it. If you're questioning, I'm not sure that's right. Take the derivative. So are you with me here? So, now, the derivative of this. We definitely need a u. Du. Can I do u equals sine x? So what is du? Cosine x dx. which gives me this piece and this piece, doesn't it? So I actually have e to the u du. What's the antiderivative?
E to the u.
So this is equal to e
The sine x.
to the sine x plus c.
What were our numbers again? What did x equal?
0, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's that? 0?
So no, now what's anything to 0 power?
1.
So isn't this -1 equals, what's the sine of 0?
1. No, 0. Sine 0, 0. 0. But it starts with 0. Sine graph starts with 0. So e to the 0 is 1.
What's wrong?
Wait, how'd you get -1?
When I put a 0 here,
Oh, okay. Oh, you just plug in the numbers. Okay.
isn't this 1 plus c? Right? Hey. So what is c? -2? So now, what do I have? Negative e to the negative y equals e to the sine x minus 2. Right?
Negative e to the sine x times 2.
What am I going to do?
Divide by -1.
Yes. I like it. I would then.
Let me go on a whim here. Take the negative y radical on both sides.
Isn't it true? Isn't it true that we said when we had e to a power, we ln both sides?
That's what I was saying.
So when I ln e to the negative y equals ln of negative e to the sine x, and the 2 is not in the, no, it's not in the exponent, is it?
No. Well, actually, technically it's okay. Yeah. So then we just go.
So I bring this out front. So negative y equals,
E to all that.
well, it isn't going to equal e to all that, is it?
Well, Ellen and E is 1, isn't it? Ellen and E. Where are we getting Ellen and E?
Right here. I brought a negative y out front, don't I? Isn't that what I do with an exponent?
Yeah, I got that.
And this was 1, so I just had negative y.
Yeah, that's why we did the whole L.
Right. So isn't this ln of, and I'm going to change this around just because I don't like the negative in the front. That's just a personal issue. Like that? Is that right? So is y equal to negative ln of 2 minus e to the sine x?
Okay.
Oh,
Is that the extremely hard one?
yeah.
Oh.
But I thought it was a little better because you kind of remembered some of the rules that time.
I guess.
Alright, so we're good.
Now, that was the first thing today. I told you, there's a ton. There's a ton.
We're almost done with class.
Okay. A new formula, sort of. The new formula is this.
You know,
times e to the kt.
Nice.
Yeah. Back in probably Algebra 2, did you learn this formula?
Oh yeah, A equals PRT.
E or
PERT, the PERT formula. These are the exact same formulas. Exact. My final amount is y. My beginning amount, principal was p, beginning amount, e. K is my constant of change, which is the percentage rate. T is time. Compound. Compound.
This is what that Dave Ramsey calculator does for you.
Wait, what's taken?
K is the constant of change, which is the same thing as a percent rate.
I don't remember the E being in there.
Well, it was PERT, so the E was there. Well, okay, good.
A equals PRT.
All right. So, first we're going to talk about this with money. If I give you $1,000, and that is your initial amount, that is said to be either P or Y sub 0. Okay? My rate is 8.6%. I want to know, how long will it take this money to double?
Well, how much is it?
The first one.
Compounding 8.6%.
Now let me tell you, you're going to have to let it stay.
Continuously means every second. Every second. So, guys, that means, since it's doubling, I want to know, when will I have 2,000? If I start with 1,000, E isn't at 8.6%, 0.086 T. I want to find how long. I want to find time.
Tell me I get 8.6. You're telling me I get 8.6% of 1,000 every single second.
No. No. Because the 8.6 is for a year. So that's divided by how many seconds are in a year.
So I get, I think it's like 8,700,000 seconds. 850,000 seconds.
So is 2 equal to E to the 0.086 T? Yes?
Yes.
Is that right? How am I going to solve this? ln of 2 equals 0.086 T? Is that right? So what is T?
8.059. 8.06. 8.05.
0.06 what?
0.
Years?
Years.
It's not going to happen in days. And actually, if you can get 8.6% interest somewhere,
really
you
good.
better jump on it.
That is good.
That is really good.
It is.
10%, like that's like crazy good.
Yeah, most people are paying like 1.5%.
Really?
Yeah.
And then like businesses will match up to 2.5.
Well, where else are you going to put your money?
Mutual fund.
Well, but that mutual fund, it might be higher than that this week, and it might be negative next week. If you want a guaranteed amount, you're not going to get very
Just
much.
get Robinhood investing and sell your Robinhood investing.
Okay?
I would invest.
Guys, you're not even listening. You're just talking.
Yeah.
How much money would I have if I did this for 30 years? What do I change now? So my final amount is equal to 1,000 e to the 0.086 times 30.
You have 13,197.
$1.14.
13,000 what?
197.
That's kind of trash, honestly.
Is there change?
Yeah, 14 cents.
Okay, does it come out exactly 14?
1.816.
Okay, let me tell you something about money. If the bank is paying you the interest, they always round down. So it would be what? 13? If you're paying them interest,
You
round up.
Wow.
I think we should start a revolution. Okay, that is not a lot of money. So I heard.
You only had 1,000 and you did nothing with it.
That's more.
Yeah,
If you did like 100 every month.
If you did that, then that would be big
for 30.
Yeah, I mean, that 13,000 is pretty good when you have done nothing to $1,000. Just let it sit there.
30 years.
Well,
Now, you gotta wait 67 and a half to take out your 401ks and stuff with full benefits.
So let me do that times
How would you
67.
find out how much you would have if you put 100 in every month for 30?
You'd have 33.
well, there's other formulas.
You'd have 67 after your expenses. Okay, well, how would we do a problem where, like, actually, I guess it's not.
What's up?
We need to do one more thing
Dave
before
Ramsey
we move
calculator.
on. We have this formula.
Wait a minute, you're actually a program on this one.
Huh?
What about this finance one? Can you do like compound interest on it?
If it is compounded monthly, or compounded weekly, or compounded quarterly, a lot of them are quarterly. This is the formula you use. You know what A is?
Amount.
What is P?
It's a bullet term.
The beginning amount. What is R? Interest rate, okay. What is T? And by the way, time is always in years. K is how many times per year it is compounded.
Oh, so there you go.
So 4. Oh, I remember this now.
Most places do it quarterly or continuously. Some of them will give you a choice. You can have, as an example, 6%, they call it simple interest, compounded quarterly, or you can have 5.5% continuous.
What is continuous?
Every second, that's what we just did.
Oh.
So sometimes you have to make a decision what's best for you.
And that's what the Dave Ramsey hotline is for.